I've received a lot of comments about how naked this part of the layout looks in terms of scenery, and I admit that that's true. But before I can get to work on the trees and shrubs that line this cut, I have to finish the interior part of this section of the layout, because if I have trees planted, I'd end up crushing them as I tried to reach over the layout to do any work on the asphalt areas in front of these two industries. By the same token, this road that cuts across the peninsula here needs to be done before I do any more work around the edges, because access to this road is only achieved by climbing up onto the layout. So I'm going to focus my attention a little bit now on finishing this road, and by that I mean line painting. There are a couple of different methods you can use to create line painting on your roads. Some people use masking tape, very narrowly placed apart, and then paint over it. You run the risk of the paint bleeding under the tape, and it's difficult to get a really close enough spacing, consistently close, to get the narrow stripes. The method that I'm going to use is decals. Here is a set of decals from Microscale. They come in 4-inch and 6-inch thicknesses, and for a typical road stripe, the 4-inch stripe is the one to go with. Microscale does offer another alternative. They have packages of stripes in 1/16 of an inch thickness. You actually get 4 times as much striping for your money, because the package is half the price and you get a full set of stripes all the same thickness. Here you have half at 6-inch and half at 4-inch. The problem with the 1/16 of an inch thickness is it works out to about 5.5 inches in HO scale. If that discrepancy doesn't bother you, it's a much more cost-effective way to go. But I'm a little bit picky, I guess. I wanted to have something as close to reality as possible, so I'm paying a little extra to get the 4-inch scale thickness stripes. And naturally, just as soon as I received these decal packages, Woodland Scenics announced a line painting pen that's a scale 4 inches wide. Wouldn't you know it? If that works as well as they claim it does, that's really cost effective, but you need a steady hand and a good ruler. So I'm probably going to eventually pick one of those up just for comparison, since I have a lot more striping to do. I've only got enough decals here to do this road. Once I have a look at the Woodland Scenics line painting pen, I'll decide whether I want to continue with that or stick with the decals. So here we go. I have attached a kite string, which is very tightly wound string, very narrow cross section, and I've pulled it tight from one end of the road to the other and taped it down right along the exact center line of the road. And with this in place, I will put the double yellow stripes, one on either side of the string, all the way down the road, and hopefully this will allow me to keep the line straight from one end to the other. Well, I wasn't kidding about climbing on the layout. Here's a piece of old carpet underpadding, foam, that I use anytime I want to climb up and reach something that's not close to the edge of the layout. It doesn't work too badly. You see it actually sits on top of ground throws, and it doesn't really harm them, even though I'm lying on top of it. So you see the road here is part way done. I've got the 2 yellow stripes in all the way down. Not too difficult, but it does require a lot of patience. You also see the stop bars are in. Those are made by using 3 of the 6-inch wide stripes for a total of 18-inch wide stop bar. I've seen prototypical bars that go anywhere up to 2 feet in thickness, but 18 just kind of looks right, so I'm going to leave it at that. There's a bit of a shine on the decal still, but once I've done all the striping, I will be giving the road a light dusting of dull coat, and after that it should disappear into the background. And you'll see we've also got the kite string lined up for the dashed lines that will go down the street. Dashed lines, kind of the rule of thumb that I've seen from photos and from some documentation. There's a 2-to-1 ratio. A short stripe length, then a blank length of twice the length of the stripe. So let's say 10 feet for the stripe and 20 feet blank, and then 10 feet for the next stripe. That's what I'm going to be using. See how it turns out. And here we have the almost finished product. I say almost because I still need to put the X's in the lanes ahead of the stop bars for the crossings, and we'll get to that eventually. I washed the road down with water and a very soft brush like that, just to remove all the glue residue and staining that you get with the microsol and the microset. But it's starting to look pretty good. And here's a close-up view. And another close-up view of the other side.